Hello, welcome guys to our chapter 2 of Introduction to Stock Markets. We began the series of Introduction to Stock Markets in chapter 1 last week, Friday, and we talked a bit about all about stock markets, briefings, and this week we'll be delving a bit more deeper where we're talking about depository and depository participants, the stockbroker, who is a stockbroker, banks who participate in stockbroking, and also the NSCCL and ICCL. So all these things we will be taking our time to understand and talk about it. Now, next page. What is a stock market? This obviously has been on the mind of most people, but to best understand it, that the stockbroker is probably one of the most important financial intermediaries that you need to know. A stockbroker is a corporate entity registered as a trading member with the stock exchange and holds a stockbroking license. Now, they operate under the guidelines prescribed by SEBI. A stockbroker is your gateway to stock exchanges. To begin with, you need to open something called as a trading account with a broker like Ztradex who meets your requirements. And your requirement could be as simple as the proximity between the broker's office and your house. And at the same time, it can be as complicated as identifying a broker who can provide you a single platform using which you can transact across multiple exchanges across the world. And at a later point, we will discuss what these requirements could be and how to choose the right broker. But then a trading account lets you carry financial transactions in the market. A trading account is an account with a broker which lets the investor to buy and sell securities. So assuming you have a trading account, whenever you want to transact in the market, you need to interact with your broker. There are few standard ways through which you can interact with your broker. One, you can go to the broker's office and meet the dealer in the broker's office and tell him what you wish to do. Then you have a dealer, which is an executive at a stockbroker's office, who carries out these transactions on your behalf. Number two would be that you can make a telephone call to your broker, identify yourself with your client code, and place an order for your transaction. The dealer at the other end will execute the order for you and confirm the status of the same while you're still on the call. Next page. Now, this usually what happens back in the days, but since the investment of new investments of new things and new opportunities in the market, we have seen changes, and these changes people are replicating day by day and producing better options for this. Next page. The third way is to do it yourself. This is perhaps the most popular way of transacting in the markets. The broker gives you access to the market through software called Trading Terminal. And after you log into the Trading Terminal, you can view live price quotes from the market and can also place orders yourself. Now, this is basically the new age of trading in the markets. It's what happens nowadays. The basic services provided by the brokers will include one, to give you an access to the markets and letting you transact. Number two will be to give you margins for trading. We will discuss the points at a later stage. Number three will be to provide support. We are dealing support if you have to. Number four will be to issue contract notes for transactions. Why a contract? Maybe you have a contract note is a written confirmation detailing the transactions you have carried out during the day. Now you facilitate the fund transfer between your tracking and bank account, and then you provide you with a back office login using which can see the summary of your account. Number seven will be the broker charges a fee for the services that he provides, which is called the brokerage charge or just brokerage. But then the broker age rates vary, and it's up to you to find a broker who strikes a balance between the fee he collects versus the services he provides. Okay, so it's best we understand these basics like this. Next page. Now, we talk about depository and depository participants. Now, when you buy a property, the only way to identify and claim that you actually own the property is by producing the property papers Hence, it becomes exclusively and extremely important to store the property papers in a safe and secure place. But then likewise, when you buy a share, let's say a share represents a part ownership in a company, the only way to claim your ownership is by producing your share certificate, which is a share certificate is nothing but a piece of document and enticing our entity, you as the owner of the shares in that company. So let's say before the year 1996, the share certificate was in paper format. However, we have post of 1996 share certificates, which were converted to digital format. And the process of converting paper format share certificates into digital format share certificate is what we call dematerialization, often known as or abbreviated as DEMAT. So the share certificate, of course, DEMAT format has to be stored digitally, and the storage place for digital share certificate is a DEMAT account, a depository in a financial intermediary which offers the service of DEMAT account. And a DEMAT account is your name, will have all the shares in electronic format which you have bought, and then you think of DEMAT account as a digital vault for your shares. But as you may have guessed, the trading account from your broker and the DEMAT account from the depository are interlinked. So for example, if your idea is to buy Info Systems shares, then all you need to do is to open your trading account, look for the prices of Info Systems, and then you buy it. But once the transaction is complete, the role of your trading account is done. And after you buy, the shares of the Info System will automatically come and sit in your DEMAT account. Okay, next page. Likewise, when you wish to sell Info System shares, all you have to do is just simply open your trading account, you sell the stock, and then this takes care of the transaction part. However, in the back end, the shares which are sitting in your DEMAT account will get debited and the shares move out of your DEMAT account. Now, at presenting, there are only two depositories offering you DEMAT account services. They are the National Securities Depository Limited, NSDL, and the Central Depository Services India Limited. Now, there is virtually no difference between the two, and both of them operate under very strict SEBI regulations. Just like the way you cannot walk into, for example, National Stock Exchanges office to open a trading account, you cannot walk into a depository to open a DEMAT account. But rather, to open a DEMAT account, you need to liaison with a depository participant, DP. A DP helps you more or less set up your DEMAT account with a depository, and the DP acts as an agent to the depository. And needless to say, even the DP is governed by the regulations laid out by the SEBL. I hope this is clear. Next page. Now, banks are also huge participants. They play a very straightforward role in the market economic system, ecosystem. So they are helping facilitating the fund transfer from your bank to your trading account. And you may be interested to note that for a given trading account, only one bank account can be interlinked. You cannot transfer money from a bank account that is not in your name. But if you have multiple bank accounts, you need to specify which particular bank account that will be linked to your trading account. And of course, you can remove the bank account and link it with another bank account of yours, but that requires some amount of paperwork. However, for the money to come in and go out of your trading account, it has to happen only via the bank account that has been specified and linked. And also at this stage, you must have realized that the three financial intermediaries operate via three different accounts: trading account, the DEMAT account, and the bank account. Also, the three accounts operate electronically and are interlinked, giving you a very, very seamless experience. Next page. Now, speaking of, we also look at NSCCL, the National Security Clearing Corporation Limited, and the Indian Clearing Corporation, which are wholly owned by subsidiaries of National Stock Exchange and the Bombay stock exchange, respectively. Now, the job of the clearing corporation is specifically to ensure guaranteed settlement of your trades transactions. For example, if you were to buy one share of Biocon at RS, let's say 446 per share, there must be someone who has sold that one share to you at 446. Of course, for the transaction, you will of course be debited from your trading account, and someone must be credited towards the sale of this Biocon. And in a typical transaction like this, the clearing opportunities or corporations' role is to ensure each of the following: one, which is to identify the buyer and seller and match the debit and credit process. And number two will be to ensure that there are no defaults. The clearing or corporation also ensures there are no defaults by either party. For instance, the seller, after selling the shares, should not be in a position to back out, thereby defaulting in his transaction. But for all practical purposes, it is quite very okay not to know much about NSCCL or ICCL, simply because you are a trader or you're an investor which would not be interacting with these agencies directly. You just need to be aware that there are certain professional institutions which are heavily regulated and they work towards smooth settlement and efficient clearing activity. Next page. Now, key takeaways from this chapter. One will be that the market ecosystem is built by a cluster of financial intermediaries, each offering services that are unique to the functioning of markets. Number two, very importantly, will be that a stockbroker is your access to markets. So make sure you choose a broker that matches your requirements and your services very well. Number three will be that a stockbroker provides you a trading account, which is used for all market-related transactions, be it buying and selling of financial instruments like shares. Number four will be that a depository participant, DP, is a corporate entity that holds the shares in electronic form against your name in your account. And your account with DP is called the Demati account. But there are only two depositories in India. One will be the NSDL and CDSL, and two will be to open a Demat account with one of the depositories. You need to liaison with a depository participant. A DP functions as an agent to the depository. Number seven will be a clearing corporation works towards clearing and settling of trades executed by yourself alone. So I think next page. I think we have really talked much about everything required from us regards the stock brokerage community, key points to consider, important terminologies, and all that. So with all that being said, I think we're gonna wrap it today, Friday, and we're gonna see you again next week, Friday. So enjoy your weekend and see you again next week. Bye bye.